You are a biomechanics expert mixed with a life coach. You are authoritative but deeply encouraging. You are not a drill sergeant, you are a restorative guide. There is a specific moment when a person stops walking and starts shuffling. You have seen it. You have likely felt it. It starts subtly. The stride length gets a little shorter. The feet don't lift quite as high off the ground. The eyes, which used to look out at the horizon, start to drift downward, gluing themselves to the pavement 3 feet in front of you. We call this the senior shuffle. And in the medical world, we view this shuffle as a massive red flag. It is the loudest signal your body can send that says, I am fragile, I am afraid of falling, I am losing my independence. Most people over 60 think this is inevitable. They think that as we age, our joints simply stiffen, our energy fades, and the shuffle is just the price of admission for getting older. That is a lie. The shuffle is not a symptom of age. The shuffle is a symptom of disuse and fear. It is a vicious cycle. You trip once or you feel a little unsteady, so you stop lifting your feet. You widen your stance to feel safer. You look down to watch for cracks in the sidewalk. But here is the cruel irony. The way you are walking to stay safe is actually the very thing that is going to make you fall. When you look down, you shift your center of gravity forward, throwing off your balance. When you shuffle, you increase the friction between your shoes and the floor, making a trip 10 times more likely. I want you to remember how you walked when you were 30. You didn't think about your feet. You moved with propulsion. You moved with purpose. You walked into a room and you commanded space. Today, we are going to get that walk back. I am not going to ask you to run a marathon. I am going to give you 6 simple exercises. These are not random movements. They are biomechanically designed to target the muscles that have gone to sleep. The muscles that lift the toe, the muscles that push the hip, and the sensors that keep you upright. If you do these consistently, you won't just move better, you will look 10 years younger from a distance, because nothing ages you faster than a fearful walk, and nothing makes you look more vibrant than a confident stride. Let's re-engineer your movement. Exercise 1 is the tibialis raise. We are starting here because this is the #1 reason seniors trip. The muscle on the front of your shin, the tibialis anterior, is responsible for lifting your toes toward the sky. When this muscle gets weak from sitting all day, your toes droop. When your toes droop, they catch on rugs, door frames, and cracks in the sidewalk. So we're going to wake it up. I want you to find a wall. Lean your back against it, stepping your feet out about 1 or 2 feet in front of you. Keep your legs straight. Now, without bending your knees, lift your toes off the ground as high as you can, pulling them toward your shins. Hold it for a split second at the top. Feel that burn in the front of the leg. Then lower them slowly. Do this 15 times. By the 10th rep, you should feel a distinct heat in your shins. That heat is safety. That heat is your insurance policy against tripping. When you walk, this muscle contracts automatically to clear the ground. If you strengthen it, you stop shuffling. It is that simple.
Exercise 2 is the glute bridge. Now we move to the engine. The senior shuffle happens because we stop pushing forward and start just falling forward. We rely on our quads, the front of the thighs, to just catch us. But a youthful walk comes from the back. It comes from the glutes. Your glutes are the largest muscle group in the body, designed to propel you. But after decades of sitting in chairs, they develop what we call gluteal amnesia. They forget how to fire. Lie on your back on the floor or a firm mattress. Bend your knees, feet flat on the floor. Now, I want you to drive your heels into the ground and lift your hips toward the ceiling. Squeeze your buttocks at the very top. Imagine you were cracking a walnut, between your cheeks. This is crucial. Do not use your lower back to lift. Use your hips. When you walk, every time your foot hits the ground and pushes off, that is your glute firing. If the glute is weak, the stride is short. If the glute is strong, the stride is long and powerful. You are not dragging your body, you are propelling it. Exercise 3 is the power sit to stand. Notice I added the word power. As we age, we lose muscle strength, yes, but we lose muscle power twice as fast. Strength is how much you can lift. Power is how fast you can lift it. Power is what saves you when you trip. It's that split-second reaction. Find a sturdy chair, sit down. Now, without using your hands, cross them over your chest, I want you to stand up. But don't just stand up slowly. I want you to explode up. Stand up as if the chair was suddenly hot. Control the descent. Sit down slowly, taking 3 seconds to touch the seat, but the moment your bottom touches, boom, up again. We are retraining your fast-twitch muscle fibers. We are teaching your nervous system to fire instantly. This translates directly to your walking speed. A slow walker looks frail. A walker with a bit of pace looks capable. This exercise builds that pace. Exercise 5 is the single-leg stork. Walking is, by definition, a series of single-leg balancing acts. When you take a step, you are on one leg for about 40% of the gait cycle. If you cannot balance on one leg, your body will panic. It will rush the step to get the other foot down. That is the shuffle. It's a frantic attempt to not be on one leg. Stand next to a kitchen counter or a sturdy chair. Place your hand on it for safety. Lift one knee up until your thigh is parallel to the floor, like a stork. Now try to hover your hand off the counter. Count to 10. If you're wobbling all over the place, that is okay. The wobble is good. The wobble is your brain calibrating. It is your proprioceptors, the little GPS sensors in your joints, waking up. Once you can do 10 seconds, try to do it while looking left and right. This mimics the real world. You don't walk in a vacuum. You walk while looking for traffic, looking at signs. You need to be stable on one leg, even when your eyes are moving. Exercise 5 is the tandem walk.
You are a biomechanics expert mixed with a life coach. You are authoritative but deeply encouraging. You are not a drill sergeant. You are a restorative guide. Police officers use this for field sobriety tests because it requires extreme neurological coordination. We are using it to narrow your base of support. Fear makes us walk with our feet wide apart, like a toddler waddling. It feels safer, but it is inefficient and bad for your hips. We want to bring your feet back under your hips. Find a hallway or use the line of your kitchen tiles. I want you to walk placing the heel of your front foot directly touching the toe of your back foot, like you are walking on a tightrope. Heel to toe, heel to toe. Keep your head up. Do not look at your feet. Trust your feet to find the floor. This forces your core stabilizers to fire. It forces your inner ear to balance you. It removes the waddle and brings back the linearity of a youthful gait. Exercise 6 is the headlights drill. This is not a muscle exercise. This is a psychological one. But it changes your mechanics more than anything else. When you hunch over, looking at the ground, your lung capacity drops. Your cortisol rises because you are in a defensive posture, and mechanically, you are falling forward. I want you to imagine you have 2 bright headlights attached to your collarbones. When you walk, I want you to shine those headlights straight ahead, not down at the sidewalk, not at your shoes, straight at the horizon. When you lift your chest to shine those headlights, 3 things happen instantly. 1. Your spine aligns, taking pressure off your lower back. 2. Your hips open up, allowing for that longer stride we talked about. 3. You signal to the world and to yourself that you are present. You might say, but I need to look down so I don't trip. Here's the trick. Scan the ground with your eyes 10 feet ahead of you. Your brain is smart. It will remember where the crack is by the time you get there. You do not need to stare at your feet. The transformation. I want you to put these 6 pieces together. Imagine waking up tomorrow. You do your tibialis raises while brushing your teeth. You do 10 power sit-to-stands before breakfast. You walk out the door. You engage your glutes. You feel that push. You narrow your stance. You lift your toes, and most importantly, you turn on the headlights. You are not just moving from point A to point B. You are engaging with the world. There's a concept in psychology called embodied cognition. It means that the way you move your body changes the way you think and feel. If you walk like a frail, frightened old person, you will feel frail and frightened. If you walk with power, with a long stride, with your head high, you will feel invincible. The world treats you differently when you walk with purpose. People move out of your way. They smile at you. They see you as a vital participant in life, not just an observer on the sidelines. You have earned your years. You have survived challenges that would break a younger generation. Do not let your walk betray your strength. Do not shuffle into your future. Stride into it. Practice these 6 movements. Give me 2 weeks. You won't just walk differently. You will feel like a different person. I'll see you in the next session, where we will tackle the hands, grip strength, and dexterity. Because if you want to open your own jars at 80, you need to start training today. Walk tall, my friends.